Hey guys, Jimmy G, the Italian Guerilla Gorilla here, and I want to thank you for stopping in and visiting my new YouTube channel. A lot of you are going to be new, so I felt that it was important that I do an introductory video to just kind of explain who I am, what my history is, why I can talk about the things I'm talking about. I think that's important. I'm originally from Rochester, New York, where I was raised in an Italian-American family. And in 1986, I decided to join the service after I graduated from high school, where I initially became a military police soldier and was shipped off to Germany. During that time in Germany, I served as a senior military police customs inspector, which is just kind of a glorified way of saying a customs officer, but for the military. Later on, in 1994, I was off in Panama. I did some regular policing there for a little while, and then eventually I became a protective service agent, where I served initially as the security driver for the United States Southern Command Provost Marshal, as his security driver. I went on to serve as a member of the protective detail for the Southcom Commander-in-Chief, General Wesley Clark, and that was a particularly rewarding job. I did that for the rest of my tour in Panama before going on to the Tacones, the United States, where I went to Fort Huachuca. And after being there briefly, I was hired by the Criminal Investigative Division, and I was selected to be the non-commissioned officer in charge of the drug suppression team, where I conducted for the next couple of years undercover counter-narcotics operations in the area. So basically, at the end of my tenure as a counter-narcotics investigator for the Army, I decided I wanted to change my career. I wanted to do something different and unique. So I became a human intelligence collector, and I was sent off to the Defense Language Institute, where I learned Chinese Mandarin. And then shortly thereafter, 9/11 happened, and I never used Chinese ever again because it was all Arabic and Farsi in the global war on terror. I had also been tasked and sent to Guantanamo Bay, where I interrogated only the top highest value detainees in DoD custody as a member of the Special Projects team. And it was a very select and elite group of interrogators and analysts that were on that team. That was in 2003. But during my remaining time in my career, before I retired, I had some really rewarding assignments. I served as an intelligence collection officer with the Defense Intelligence Agency. During that time period, I deployed to Afghanistan, where I conducted sensitive human intelligence source operations. So then later, after my DIA assignment, my twilight assignment in the Army, I served as both a senior interrogator and a senior counterintelligence strategic debriefer for the 5th Special Forces Group. I started in the headquarters and headquarters detachment, where I deployed to Iraq, and we conducted sensitive interrogations for special operations purposes, and even at one point fell under the umbrella of the Joint Special Operations Command, where we were conducting counter foreign influence interrogations. So after I retired in 2008 from the Army, I fell back into law enforcement, where I served in local, federal, and military law enforcement capacities as a civilian. One of my final jobs was as a detective and chief of investigations for the 325th Security Forces Squadron at Tyndall Air Force Base. In 2018, I was selected and hired to be a operations intelligence specialist for the Joint Special Operations Command, and I served out of the JSOC Intelligence Brigade, really specializing in interrogation operations that were counter ISIS at the time, and I deployed both to Iraq and Afghanistan in those capacities. So the culmination of my law enforcement and my intelligence backgrounds really have made me a subject matter expert in counterterrorism, counterinsurgency, interrogation operations, and also criminal investigative interviewing and interrogation as well. Not only that, I attended myriad firearms courses and defensive tactics courses, and all those things have translated now where I instruct and teach and do videos and such about everyday concealed carry, which is sort of a passion of my mind in this stage of my life. So that's it, guys. That's me in a nutshell. Feel free to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and trigger that bell so you get notifications. That'll really help me out for the future as the algorithm brings me new people to watch. So also feel free to visit my website, gorillagym.com, where you'll find links to my Instagram page, companion blogs to content that I create, as well as merch at our store, which has like coffee mugs, t-shirts, sweaters, you name it, we got it over there. So check it out. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. If there's anything you wish I would talk about in the future, please leave a comment. Let me know. I'm happy to check it out and see if it's something that I can do. All right, guys, thank you. Jimmy G, the Italian Guerilla Gorilla, out of here.